Well, that was sad. Let's be happy now. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. And then the NBA news. I mean, damn it, man. Can't get away from it. Like, first off, my man, T'Challa, bro, like, that shit hurt again, man. And then, like, Coach Thompson.
Coach Thompson, Cliff Robinson.
Right, Cliff.
On Cliff.
Right, dude, Cliff, man, it's just
legend.
2020 is suck, dude.
He's what?
Reek probably did 14 air jumpers for Cliff because he started UConn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's responsible for UConn being
I should have put a headband on today. But I gotta go do
Oh, nice.
and Lute Olson.
And Lute Olson, yep. Yeah, so we can our condolences out to those people and those families.
Absolutely. Rest in peace. Rest in power.
Yeah. So in the NBA, I mean, we can get to the basketball stuff. We can get into the boycott that lasted 10 hours.
Come on,
bro.
It lasted a full 24.
Yo, I would say this. Our take, if you go back last week, our take was so dated because we were like, yo, who gonna boycott? And it what was Van Vliet, they ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. Like, Bron ain't about it, and then they dropped this, and I was like, oh shit, maybe they are about it. And then it was like, no, we're gonna go back to play ball.
I don't blame them for not playing either. Like, the thing is with that is that you see how much money it costs just for one day. So picture if this dude getting ready. But
I think what was
one day cost a lot of money.
One day did, but the strength of I think when they say shut up and dribble, and they say like those people shut up and dribble. I'm tired of them complaining. You're millionaire crybabies. When they say all that, when y'all do one day and then get right back to ball the next day. It's kind of like, I'm not saying it's disingenuous, but it feels like a gut reaction and not like we really want to use our voice to play and change. Like, you go to the Montgomery Bus boycott, which again, it's completely different eras, but it wasn't a day or a week. It was like, nah, we really want something done today. Now, again, it's different, but I'm just saying the day I thought was impactful, but it doesn't necessarily say that it wasn't just a gut reaction as well. And that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know if I love it from that perspective.
See, the thing is, I feel, because you got to think it wasn't everybody. It was Milwaukee. Milwaukee was serious. Everybody else really wasn't riding with Milwaukee in a sense, because the rest of the players didn't boycott. Milwaukee was on they was on the phone with the attorney general and all that other stuff.
I thought that was dope to hear them actually call and be like, yo, home. What's up?
It's their home.
Right, exactly.
So it will affect them. And if it is a gut reaction to Milwaukee, good. Like, that mean they have some type of compassion about what's going on in their home because they all live there. For the other players, maybe not so. I think when it comes to, the politics and things of that nature, it could, rub players the wrong way, because you got some players that's in contract years, some players that's not making $10 million, some players that's on the $1 million. They're like, man, I pissed the GM off. I might got to find a team. It's about the 11th and 12th man, not the first two.
No, I feel that. And I'm at the point where if y'all never say nothing, okay, that's your choice. But if you say something,
be about it.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Like, and low key, little bit of shade. Maybe I missed him when the Bucks gave their address. Did y'all see Giannis?
He was in there.
He was there.
I didn't see him like in it, and I maybe missed him.
Listen, he was there.
Listen, if Giannis wanted to play, they'll be playing.
I don't know if he got that kind of clout. I don't know if he got. I mean, on that team, yeah, on that team, yeah. But if the other team says no, then what you going? You gonna be out there playing by yourself? Like, that ain't gonna happen.
So we're playing.
My thing was this with the whole.
Giannis not from here.
He not. He not.
Yeah. My thing was just with the whole boycott. A lot of it felt outside of Milwaukee, and I know Boston and Toronto was talking about a boycott before Milwaukee did it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when everybody jumped on the bandwagon, it felt real disingenuous to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here.
Because just looking at the reactions after the boycott happened. So when you look at somebody like LeBron, who made his statements after they asked him about what happened in Wisconsin, and he gave that silly, black people scared, all this type. We went with that narrative, like we just scared to come outside type garbage, which ain't true. Like we're just some docile group of people. And then when the boycott happened, he started tweeting, "Oh, fuck this! I'm tired of this shit." Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, why did you do that in the first place?
Are you angry
felt that way?
Because everybody else is angry? Or are you angry?
He ain't angry. My thing was he wasn't. It wasn't genuine because it's like you reacting, you trying to get clout because now everybody else is in it. And that's the thing that irritates me about LeBron, CP3, the people that they're calling the leaders of the boycott. They always wait till other people jump out there first and see. Let's gauge the temperature first. If it's too controversial, we ain't gonna stand on it. And if it ain't, which
I mean, somebody brought it up with the whole, what was it, Tamir Rice? Wasn't that like in his backyard? And how he
LeBron
didn't speak on it?
He ain't never say nothing about that.
And I'm like, and people brought it up. Like, it's interesting how when it seems too hot, he's kind of like,
yeah. But that's
about the topic.
No,
I mean,
but then, like,
that's what
but educate yourself though. If something happened in your backyard, which is the Milwaukee thing, you should know what's going on.
I wasn't trying to hear. He wasn't talking. He ain't know much about the topic. He know about everything else.
That's including Malcolm X.
Except Malcolm X book.
Yeah, that's fair.
He ain't know about the topic.
What the person say? LeBron hasn't got past page 7 in none of the books he's read.
Yo, that meme is so funny. It's still funny. He got like 18 pictures of him on the first page of a book.
18 on the first page.
I don't want to be a hater, but like it's mad pictures of him just like page 1.
Right. Like it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But it's like people fall for it. And then then it's like, let me plug my school to remind people I opened the school too. Like it's like, come on, man. Like if you're gonna be about it and you really want to stand on something and you want to carry this image, then you really need to do that. Don't wait till everybody else jumps out there first and then you do it and then hijack their movement and hijack what they say and what they do. Like Chris Paul do that a lot.
I mean, the point is, if you want to be a martyr, if you want to really be a vehicle of change, you're willing to lose it all. And that's not for everybody. Like, look at Ali. He lost it all. Kaepernick lost it all. I'm not saying Kaepernick's Ali, but he was willing to lose it all. And he did, promptly. And they said, F you. But Ali, he lost all of his prime, or half of his prime, most of it. You figure if he didn't stop, he would easily be considered the greatest athlete of all time. Easily. He was at the top of his career, was like, yeah, no, I don't believe in this.
Right. And that's the thing that
crushed him.
Right. And that's the thing that watching LeBron ever since he started that part of his brand. And, I'm not taking anything away because, anybody does good, it's good. Right. But the whole thing is he's not willing to do these things that the others before him was willing to do. He wasn't able. He's not going to do what Ali did. He ain't even going to do what John Thompson did. You know what I mean? John Thompson was putting it on the line a lot. He took his players off the court if certain things weren't changed. You know what I mean? He went to go talk to drug dealers. Like, don't talk to my players no more.
In the beginning of the game.
Edmond. Yeah.
In the beginning of the game. Oh, the game about to start? Oh, y'all still got that sign out there?
Right, yeah. We're not playing. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. And LeBron waits till you know what, I'm going to get praised for it, then I'll do it. But I'm not going to step out and take the initiative.
In the water, man.
Yeah, so it's always what he does. And I really don't understand how people don't see that. Like, I never get it because you get people like, man, say what you want about LeBron on the court, but you can't talk about him off the court. Why not?
Because he controls the narrative. He
Right.
got his media plans. He controls the narrative. I don't want to hear nothing about brilliant businessman. You don't think he knows how to control the narrative? Of course he does. Of course he does.
Yeah.
I think he cares, but I think it's definitely he's very controlled and measured in what he does and says. It's very scripted in many cases, which is, I mean, that's how he is, but it's just scripted.
What I notice is that everyone's talking about a plan, right? And that's needed. But let's be clear. Do you know how long it takes to implement a plan?
I mean, a good one.
Yeah,
Right.
An effective one.
An effective one.
So if you fighting, and all of us watch boxing here, if you fighting, no boxer wait for the one perfect punch. No good one, at least.
I was about to say, a lot of them do.
No good one. No good
Wilder. Wilder, dude.
Wilder.
That's why he got worked.
Nice
Man's
guy,
like,
Bell.
give me that one
Yeah,
over there,
guy,
please.
Bell's a Wilder guy all the way. Thought he could fight.
That's where me and Bob get. That's me and Bob, my brother Bob. That's where we get. But
that's when you switch off.
Yeah, thought he could fight.
Nah, he could fight. I knew he could. I didn't say he could fight. He could punch.
He a puncher. He ain't a boxer.
But no good boxer throws one good punch. It's like it's a combination. It's an accumulation of punches, right? And with this is a fight. It's a fight for equality. It's a fight for justice. All these things. But to back some people off you throw that jab out. You throw that overhand right. You connect. This boycott, like, oh well, they're gonna do. You don't need a plan. Like even the boycott, it wasn't planned. They just kept doing it, and then like, oh, this is working.
Right. It built momentum.
Wasn't like, yo, we're going to stage the plan. It's just like with us with COVID. Zoom wasn't Zoom 6 months ago.
Stock price went up like 1,000%.
Right.
Zoom wasn't Zoom 6 months ago, and then it became the new normal. Like I told you, it was hard that first month, and during that boycott, and then they got accustomed to doing it and finding a way, which we all do. And then
that's fair.
It turned into something else. So they all, and even with the union, with them, it seemed like they were like, well, the union wanted to do it no, because once you do it as a union, it doesn't make the same impact. The reason that boycott happened so quick, and it meant a little bit because it happened right before the game. Orlando was on the court.
Right.
Like you would have gave them plans, you'd have gave TNT or whoever the games was getting shown on, if you would have announced it like, yo, we're gonna boycott. It's really not a boycott. It's just they're not playing today. It's a different feel. They're not playing today on boycott. Like, oh, they're not playing. They're gonna play this day. When they did that boycott, they didn't know. NBA didn't know when they was playing. That sense of I don't know meant hit way harder than okay, they're gonna boycott for a week.
Right.
I mean, I'll give you that. It wasn't just, oh, we're doing this for a day. Your jab analogy, all right, that makes sense. The NBA got jabbed in the mouth real quick, and they're like, oh, we fighting now. All right, well, what can we do to not fight no more? Right. I'll give you that. Right. I'll give you that. I still think, okay, but fine. There wasn't enough on the fight. They jabbed them.
It was still weak.
A weak jab. It was a weak jab, but it was a jab.
It was a Paulie Malignaggi jab.
Going deep. All right, that's fair.
Filler, the range finder.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how close you are.
Well, right. Yeah, that's the LeBron jab, the range finder. He ain't gonna hit you with nothing.
That's all he got is a range finder jab.
Range finder jab. How y'all feel about Marcus Morris and Luka Doncic?
I like it.
I love it. That's what the players is about. I'm here for all of that. I'm here for all of that. I'll tell you right now.
That's my energy.
Yeah.
Gee, let's go. Yes.
Look what he's wearing.
He ready.
New rag too. Yeah. Yeah. That was beautiful because I love my favorite part is I just love Morris' face after.
He looked at him like, bro, what are you going to do? Are you serious? You better hope they hold you back. Like, what are you going to do if you get here? You don't want these hands? He really don't, too.
Look, smack him, do something.
You know what? You said it, I think, looking at that play, Luka got a lot of elbows in his movement. Yeah. He got a lot of, push past you. And, he a big dude, so I think Morris just like, bro, stop. Like, stop hitting me with your elbows.
That's all it was. Because Luka, I've played against guys like Luka, my entire life. It's like he's always going to get that guy that puts his head down and he's going to drive to the basket. But while he's driving, he's initiating all the contact and crying like you doing it to him. And he's elbowing you and pushing you off, hitting you in the chest. Now, what Marcus Morris did was a little excessive. Like he went a little bit Motar from above the rim, but
above the rim.
You know what I love it. But at the end of the day, like I get why he was frustrated, because you ain't just gonna just bully your way to the hole and then expect me like
you gotta bully Luka too. You gotta bully Luka. Like there's just no way around it. You can't let him just run around and do what he wants. Any player like that, you gotta put him on the ass once or twice. Let him know you come do this paint. You got these hands. That's what Morris is meant to do. Put them hands on him.
And there goes. I always say I do not like basketball players, because when it comes to the real contact, everything changes. They don't want no parts of it.
Well, you got a football player in UG, so you playing like you playing free safety back there, coming back and smacking boys in the hole. Like
it was a lot of old school players that said that was just a playoff foul.
Like, but I thought so too. I thought it was a playoff foul.
It wasn't ejection flagrant worthy.
It wasn't. But they scary now.
In this new era, it's a flagrant. But I've lived just like my guy Skip Bayless on this topic. He was my guy. He said, "Yo, Luka hit him with an elbow. Reggie Jackson, the game before, knocked him out the game, and nothing happened. So it's only one way. So, it's nothing wrong with a hard foul once in a while.
Yeah, I found it wrong. But then again, they were going to blow it up because it's Luka,
Golden Boy.
Yeah, they're trying to make Luka a little bit.
He's better than LeBron already. He's just as good as Larry Bird.
No, he's the best player of all time. He's going to be the best player to ever wear a basketball jersey, and we should accept that.
And
top five.
I mean, he's top 5 right now. I mean, he's top 1.
Oh, yeah, okay, you being funny.
Yeah.
Bill almost jumped to the screen like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, nah, he's top 5 right now.
I don't want to burst a lot of people's bubbles, but because I saw a lot of people, especially on Twitter, I saw a lot of new blacks. Then I saw a lot of Chris Broussards and Shannon Sharp sitting there talking about Luka this and Luka. They couldn't stop him. Yes, they could. I was like, were y'all watching the same games I'm watching? I said, if they couldn't stop him, how come they was up 20-something points every game? Where was Luka during those runs when they
you know what was? They checked out, man. I think that bubble is making teams susceptible to the checkout. 100%.
A team like the
Clippers.
Right.
They checked out and put it back on in the middle of the game.
Right. A team like the Clippers, especially like most people ain't never been on a good team anyway. So when you're on a good team and you can just blow somebody out when you feel like it, you get bored easy. So when you go up 20-something points in the second quarter, you're going to take your foot off the gas because, it gets boring. The one game they didn't take their foot off the gas, they scored 154 points. Like, what do you
That's
think?
Embarrassing.
You know what I mean?
That's it's 2 games worth of points. That don't make no sense.
Right. So it's like, these dudes like the Clippers, every time Luka, they decided to strap up and play defense, Luka was ineffective. Like, I don't pay attention to the stat line all the time, what he got at the end of the game. I'm looking at when he's doing stuff. So when they getting smoked and they can't score, he's not doing anything. They go up 20, he wasn't doing anything during that run. And then they take their foot off the gas, then he started getting all these empty stats. And sometimes what happens is when you got a good team and they let another team back in it, they end up in a dogfight and they end up losing somehow. Like, it happens all the time.
He lost the most close games this season.
With the Clippers?
No.
Oh.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
well, they can't play no defense. That don't help.
But the thing is, and what Skip was saying, he said that everybody attacks Luka on defense. Every person who's guarding, that's who they go at. So and it's great. He's good. Nobody's saying he can't ball, but the same things y'all tear other players up for, y'all make reasons for other players to be good. And this is like that. What was that white privilege thing? Well, he gets
the great white hope. He hyped because he's got the right color. Again, you're right. He can ball, but if there was a dude who was black doing the same things, he would not get the same credit.
It is
top five.
You have James Harden.
Right. There you go. Exactly. And he's like, oh, he shoots too much or he does this too much, right?
They play exactly the same, except Harden makes his free throws.
He shoots better.
He shoots better. So
and he passes better to me.
Yeah. So top five. Yeah. Top five. They got LeBron. Who they have? LeBron, AD.
Who's top five?
No, just the Luka's top five. So he's technically better than Harden and Kawhi was looking like the best player in the NBA.
That's crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, he was.
Kawhi was baller.
Yeah, he was.
The other series, you've been watching Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell exchange 50-point games.
Why can't they stop Jamal Murray?
I will tell you why.
I don't understand. Please enlighten me. I don't enlighten me, please.
I will tell you why. First of all, Coach Snyder, he's on my overrated coach list. They got the Golden Boy coach list. Brad Stevens, Coach Bud, Snyder. Snyder literally Carlisle. Snyder
who ain't won in forever. Like, I don't understand. Like, he had one good year. Anyways, go ahead.
They let Jamal Murray go butt naked on them every time down the floor. There's no way that I'm going to sit there and let Ingles or whoever else that they decide to guard, O'Neal, guard Jamal Murray one-on-one every single time down. Like, he doesn't throw a double team. He doesn't blitz the pick and roll. He just lets him cook. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, okay, you're a coach. Y'all were up 3-1. Are you going to try something different? He's scoring 50 points. Like, he's averaging like 40 a game.
That's insane. That's just insane.
Like, what are you going to try something different?
It's the same way.
Yeah, what are you going to
guarding him with everybody but who he's supposed to be guarded with. You're not even trapping him.
No. Like,
why do y'all think that is? Why when you watching at home or you watching from wherever and you see a team get killed the same way 20 times? Why does the coach not make a change?
And this is what interested in me, because you really only see it in the NBA.
Yeah,
like, you don't see it
the same.
Right, you don't see it on any other level where they just let some. Well, I've seen some terrible high school coaches sit there and watch another player just torture them, and then like they love being on the wrong side of history. Like, oh man, we just couldn't stop him. You ain't trying to stop him. Yeah. The same thing with like in the NBA. Why? You just
Spoelstra. I love Spoelstra for that.
Yeah, Nick Nurse. Like, they'll change it up. Doc Rivers, they'll change it up. Yeah. But you're supposed to be changing how you play defense on a guy if he's scoring 50 points.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not just that good. You should probably try and stop him. You should probably try and stop him.
And you know what else? It makes Malone get out the kitchen too, because he's letting Donovan Mitchell score 50 points and not change anything.
Because Donovan Mitchell's not having a bad series neither. He's having
he's averaging like 40 himself.
But somebody
he excited because he getting ready to come to the Knicks, so he getting happy. He getting out of there.
Yeah, you're right. You should come over.
Please.
I'm just like, I'm just disappointed.
I would rather live in New York than Utah. So yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, who wouldn't? And he has static with the fans too. Like, he want to come home. Come on, brother.
Talk about a swing state.
Right. Utah with its 4 electoral votes.
Yeah.
I've been so disappointed in the coaching in these playoffs so far. Like, even watching earlier before we started watching Milwaukee and Miami.
So tired of Bud.
Coach Bud literally has Giannis. It's like, you watch this team build a wall for Giannis 2 years in a row, and you keep running the same offense. Like, dude, Miami is small. They got Jay Crowder guarding Giannis. Jay Crowder's like 6'7". You have 2 7-footers out there, and you're playing 5 out. You have nobody in the paint, nobody posting up. Why?
And the big that could score and not Greek, but Brook.
Right. You have 2 of them.
Brook can go down in the post and do some work. Like, I don't – it's just that I don't understand, man. They just hate big men in the NBA now. I don't understand.
I would have high-lowed them to death.
Yep. and the crazy thing is, Brook is the bigger of the big, and he's playing the high man.
Right.
Because
like,
he money.
Like,
yep.
Like, come on.
Great turnaround bucket.
You know, but going forward in the playoffs, I expect a better second round than the first round. Most of the first round was kind of, you know, it was all right. But
I think that Boston in Toronto, that's going 7.
Yeah, I think so too.
I agree.
I think that's going 7. I still think Milwaukee still might beat the Heat though.
No, I think they will. I'm just, you know, if what you call it actually decides to change the offense and stop trying to have Giannis attacking the top of the key like he's some type of missile.
I hope Milwaukee loses because if they lose, then he's going to come to New York too. So
yeah. Giannis going to get ready to get out of there. Yeah.
Yo.
Listen, this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, we're going to get somebody coming to New York. I'm telling you right now.
Melo.
So whoever's in right now, I want y'all to lose and have the fans hate y'all so y'all can want to leave.
Melo's coming to New York.
He already said he don't want to. He already said he wants us. I found a home in Portland. I think if we get a team that can get him that ring, like if we somehow pull off a stupid trade and we get like 2 superstars, he would maybe come then because he can maybe chase a ring in New York one last time. But if we bringing him in with him, RJ, and
he's the best player on the team.
Right. He don't want that. He likes being the guy that can just be, the X factor. He enjoys that role. Let the other boys take the heat. I'll come in for 20 all night here and there.
I want to give it up to my favorite player ever. I didn't say he's the best. I said he's my favorite player ever.
Melo?
Yeah. Melo.
Respect that.
I'm a Syracuse guy, too. He brought us him and Jim Boeheim coached him up, and he got us a national championship.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he got us a national champion. But ain't that right, Rick?
What? They coached him up?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
He said it every time. Jimmy
That's a
coached
lie.
him up. Yeah,
but like Melo was Melo before he got there. I
Melo
saw it in person.
Melo is still Melo now. He ain't Melo been the same forever.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, you know, when I was watching the game, people were like, man, I didn't know he still. I'm like, what? Shoot off a jab step?
Right.
Like,
he do that in his sleep.
18 years. Like, oh my gosh, he was literally been doing that since I've been watching him.
That's why it made no sense he didn't have a job for so long. I didn't understand that when they were like, yeah. And honestly, real talk, LeBron is the shittiest friend maybe on planet Earth. Because how you ain't get that man a job and you wanted Dudley and Danny Green? Are you serious right now? Over Melo?
He don't fit. He don't fit.
He does fit. They need shooting and they can't shoot the ball. He needs shooters. Melo shoots.
No,
it's an ideal fit. They wanted Dudley instead.
Melo fits perfectly with the Lakers.
Perfectly.
I get Danny Green.
When he can shoot and play defense, which is neither recently.
Danny Green he gets you a game.
You can't look at what Melo's been doing in Portland and say he doesn't fit as a Laker, but Jared Dudley does.
Who didn't?
Right.
Honestly,
what? Gee, what are you saying?
They can get rid of both of them.
I need you to leave. I need you to turn your mic off, turn your camera off, and just go home. When you home, just stay there. I don't know what's wrong. Melo fits on just about any team if you use him the right way.
He finally just decided that he's okay with being second fiddle.
That's not true. He's done that before.
That's
right.
He just decided.
No, it wasn't.
He's been doing that.
He's been accepted. You know what? If I'm gonna get a ring, I'm gonna rob these young bulls. I'm gonna just hit my jumpers.
Want me to debunk that argument? He came off the bench in the Olympics.
Right. It was breaking records off the bench.
He was clearly top 7.
He should have started on that team more than likely.
He decided not to start.
He should have. He definitely had the credentials to start.
Yeah,
but still came off the bench and was killing boys.
But so Woodson say? If you tell Melo what to do, he's going to do it. Just be up
Coach
front.
Woodson.
Yeah. So you have OKC, and it's clear Billy Donovan is just. How you feel about Billy Donovan, Reed?
He's on that list too.
Yeah, he can't coach.
He's a great defensive coach, but for some reason he just loves playing. I don't know. OKC loves these guys like Dort.
Who can defend but can't shoot?
They can't shoot. Like you can't even play him. Like
he's so bad. They're almost unplayable on offense, but they're gonna clamp somebody up.
He literally lost in the game by himself the other day. Like he was missing so many shots, and then he was like, okay, well I'm not gonna shoot jumpers. I'm gonna try to make a play. He just turned it over. It was like they couldn't even use him.
Who do y'all have in Who do y'all have? Matter of fact, not who do y'all have? What you think the Clippers and whoever come out of them is going to be? Is it going to be a sweep or one game or two?
Hopefully, if the Clippers are awake now, maybe they are. I think it could be 5.
Yeah, if they're awake and they don't,
they'll lose one, but I think it'll be 5.
Yeah, they'll lose one just sleepwalking.
But I think. Oh, and by the way, speaking on Dallas, real quick, how lucky were we to trade away that broken down unicorn? Just want to point that out. I had to throw that out there. I forgot. Like that. Honestly, I don't hope he gets injured. But the more he's injured, the better that trade looks.
I told you.
He can't stay healthy. It don't matter how great he looks in preseason. If he don't play games, that trade looks amazing, especially if that pick that we get from him hits. That's all I got.
I told you.
Yeah,
Porzingis.
When did he get injured? How did he get injured?
Who knows? Walking down the street. Man made a glass.
Listen.
He made a glass.
Porzingis don't even get hurt. He just don't feel like playing. Porzingis. That's what I call him. Porzingis.
Reek said he injured his meniscus on purpose.
Like, I did. Listen, all of a sudden you get hurt when Doc Rivers put Kawhi on you for the whole game. Now you hurt the next game? All right.
Yeah, I can't go because my knee gave out. I can't go.
My knee hurts today. You don't even do nothing but shoot threes.
I need an MRI. All right. Nah, yeah. That was better.
Didn't even line in practice in the media. Like, man, I tried to go on and sitting there shooting jumpers in practice. Like, I want to play. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Liar.
Reek in the building.
He did it all the whole time with the Knicks. We sitting there, he like, next week, we like, what are you out for? What is he out for?
It was something every week. A shoulder, a knee, a broken heart. He was doing something for something every week. I was like, well, when he finally get to see him, he gonna be nice when we get to see him.
What my man say on Think Like a Man? I sprained my esophagus. I can't.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Exactly.
Sprained my esophagus.
He's that guy.
Oh, man.
Joke. What a clown.
He's so bad.
Porzingis. Give me a break.
Oh, that's funny. I can't.
I don't like I keep getting passes. They can say all they want about Joel Embiid, but Porzingis missed last season, missed a lot of this season.
No one talks about it. They just say they're going to be a great duo at some point. But with Embiid, it's like, but he's hurt all the time. But
they're not because
Ben has been hurt more than Embiid. Well, I would say his injuries have been more serious.
Yeah.
Than Embiid.
Yeah.
I'm trading Ben.
Immediately.
I'm trading Ben.
Today.
I'm trading Ben to OKC.
We talked about that, yeah?
Yeah.
For Chris Paul and one of them young boys. For Chris Paul and Shea.
Billy, you said they like dudes that can't shoot.
Yeah, they love
that play D and can't shoot. He gonna love him.
Right. They have 2 guys out there that can do it.
And he's from a place similar to OKC in Australia. You know, they got like tumbleweeds there.
Come on, man.
He said they got tumbleweeds.
Come on, man.
what I say. It's the truth. Crocodile Dundee.
Come on, man.
Cut his mic. Somebody cut his mic. Crocodile Dundee. What are you talking?
Comparing OKC to Australia.
That's foul. Some people live there. They probably like it. I want to live
I
there.
heard it's beautiful. But
Man, they don't even have Komodo dragons in OKC.
That's funny. That is funny. That is funny. That's really funny.
Oh man,
that was really bad.
Oh
see,
man,
I was talking about the similarities. You see that? That's really bad. See, he's like, oh, I got to outdo him. I got to. It's only right. Man, give him a break.
Give him what?
That's what he's gonna say. He's a leader.
He should have had Carlton Banks play for him then. He's so focused on the union.
Or he should have had the VP.
He said that the real Chris Paul.
Yeah, got real Chris Paul play.
From the State Farm.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You should have had the VP there. Oh, we didn't speak on that. How do you think this made Kyrie look?
Well, he said it. He vindicated. He right.
Yeah, he's
I
fine.
mean, Kyrie, he done got to Brooklyn and grew some sense on him, man. He right. This shit shouldn't have happened. They should have said F it, use a platform to stop it. Now we talking about Chris Paul not showing up and the Lakers winning in 5 and shit as opposed to the issues. He right.
Carlton Banks is playing right now.
Come on, man. You got.
I am your dad.
Nah, but I'm not a Chris Paul guy. Chris Paul is great, he's a legend, but I'm not a Chris Paul guy because he has never, ever, ever, ever took blame for his fault in any of the losses in the playoffs. Well, I got injured. It's always an excuse. Like how did he blow up his hamstring in Houston, Reek?
Going left. He can't go left.
He
went left.
He went trying to cross back over to the right.
Right. He get on left, tried to come back right, and his entire hamstring blew up.
Yeah. But
it looked like a volcano.
Yeah, he does that all the time. Well, I would have if I didn't get injured. And then he got injured with the Clippers. Then Russell Westbrook took his soul when they was playing OKC that one year.
Yeah, he did.
Like
he
got
did.
his name off of that. Because I think they played Memphis, and he killed Mike Conley, and then he killed Chris Paul, and vice versa, or something like that. That year, am I right? Remember, he picked.
It could be accurate.
That sounds right. Yeah. Let's go with it.
Both of them. He's like, no, Westbrook is for real because he went against some elite point guard.
Yeah.
He killed Chris Paul, and he's just too big for Chris Paul. Everybody's just too big for him all the time. It was hard to guard Steph. He shoots so far.
Yeah,
I guard my position.
We have a pretty disdain for brother Paul.
For brother Paul.
I just don't. Melo's my favorite player, and he's lost with better teams more than Melo.
He's a State Farm guy.
Cliff.
Chris too.
He's a State Farm guy.
Yeah. So,
you better know for that.